parks in the driveway. It's old, but it's still fast. And the weeds out in the front yard, when they're green, they look like grass. And this house we got, well, it sure could use a couple shingles and a can of paint. But looking on the bright side, we're dry every time it rains. Yeah, I'm kicked back on the front porch, I'm drinking up this sunset. We ain't got a whole lot, but we got what we need. Yeah, I'm smiling 'cause I've been blessed, sipping on the good stuff. This ain't a glass half empty thing, it's a half full Dixie cup. Kids chasing around that old dog, being loud and dragging out toys. But you're missing out on a sweet sound if all you hear is noise. And their mama sitting here beside me laughs and says, ain't it funny? Some people I know, well, they're flat broke, 'cause all they got is money. Yeah, I'm kicked back on the front porch, I'm drinking up the sunset. Hey, we ain't got a whole lot, but we got what we need. Yeah, I'm smiling 'cause I've been blessed, I'm sipping on the good stuff. Hey, this ain't a glass half empty thing, it's a half full Dixie cup. Some days I fall by the wayside. Your love is like radiant diamonds bursting inside us, we cannot contain. Your love will surely come find us, like blazing wildfires, singing your name. God of mercy, sweet love of mine, I have surrendered to your design. May this offering stretch across the skies, these hallelujahs be multiplied. Love is like radiant diamond bursting inside us, we cannot contain. Your love will surely come find us, like blazing wildfire, singing your name. God of mercy, sweet love of mine.
Who is the more awkward human?
Me. You're the funny kind of awkward human. I'm the real kind of awkward human.
This is when we... Yes. Well, no. No, you're not awkward.
Yes, I am. That was such a token. That was horrible. You're not awkward.
The first time that I saw Justin was in ecology class.
I was a senior and she was a sophomore.
He sat in the front of class and I was in the back.
She walked into the classroom and she had a stocking cap on and her North Face jacket, and she always I don't know, she always looked really cheerful with a smile and some coffee. So I just noticed how cute she was, and from then on it was just kind of like, I think I might want to get to know her.
He stood out to me because he was old and cute, but I was like, he's so over it. Like, he's already on to bigger and better things. So I didn't even consider that he might like be interested in me at all.
Gonna put a ring on your finger. We'll hire a wedding singer. Invite everybody in town.
Kept trying to walk up to her and, just make casual conversation. And every time I did, I noticed that she wasn't really responding, I guess.
He says that he tried to talk to me a couple times, but it kept getting interrupted. But I don't really remember it because I obviously thought that he was just trying to be nice to the people next to me and not me.
And I later found out that she just didn't think I was making advances or stuff like that. Then eventually I kind of camped out of the classroom. She was taking a final, and I just camped outside. I was studying.
You could hear his voice in the hall during the whole thing because he was waiting for me to take it, and I had no clue. And I went to go turn it in, and he stopped me as I was leaving the building.
And I waited, I think, 2.5, 3 hours for her to get outside. And then when she finally came out, I totally, it probably surprised her. But I just, hey, you want to go out to lunch with me, supper sometime? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great.
I was totally surprised. Like, what? You even know who I am? I actually went back to my apartment and then texted him and said that I couldn't because I got nervous. So I made up the story that I had a family dinner to go to.
There was no family dinner, but it's fine. I get it. People get nervous.
So he asked me if I wanted to reschedule.
I texted her a few days later, and I said, hey, so I know it didn't work out the last time, but do you want to go grab some coffee or something like that? And luckily, she said yes.
I just want us to be together, side by side forever. No.
I'm personally off.
When I tell people you're an introvert,
If I'm in a group of people, it's fine. But if it's just like 1 on 3, for me, I'm super awkward.
that's a very specific situation.
I'll always be your left-hand man.
First date was great. I got there probably 15 minutes early, and I was nervous sitting inside on the couch inside of the coffee shop, and I actually saw her pull up like 10 minutes beforehand.
I came and parked right outside the door, so he could obviously see me, but I was so nervous, I didn't know if he was going to meet me in there or outside, so I was just like sitting in my car acting busy, and he, meanwhile, is like right inside watching me.
I just remember like staring at the car and going, well, should I text her? Should I not? Should I just let her walk in? But she was not coming in, and so then I text her, I'm like, hey, just so you know I'm inside, trying to act like I couldn't see her, but I totally knew she was out there.
And then finally, after like 5 minutes, he texts me and says like, I'm inside, do you want to come? And he told me later that he was just watching me and trying to figure out why I wouldn't come in.
She walked in and instantly there was a smile on her face. She broke the ice. I'm a very awkward person by nature, and so she walked in, she started talking, making it not awkward at all.
He was super nice, and we laughed right off the bat, and we started talking about sports and about family, and he was a lot more normal than I thought he was, and he was funny, and he didn't take life too seriously, which I loved. I didn't really know that he was like that, so I was very pleasantly surprised.
We sat there drinking coffee, and she actually poked a hole in her styrofoam cup at one point because we didn't know what to do with our hands. We were just sitting there.
For the rest of the time, I was holding my cup sideways because I didn't want him to know that I was spilling coffee all over the place. So I was awkward, but it was good. He still liked me. And then he asked if I wanted to go to supper because by that time it was supper time.
So we had some pizza, and then she went home, and yeah, that was the first date. So.
She's a rebel, but she's way too sentimental. And she's precious even when she's mad, gets angry, and I start to laugh, and I know.
Sorry, I had to. It's like a jellyfish hug. Okay, real.
We're kissing like Eskimos, a little bit much, I know.
Our first kiss was actually on our second date.
We were on Yanny Tower in Kearney. It was on our second date, and we were just standing up there. It was cold that night. It was like, I don't know, it felt like negative 20.
We were up there just looking at Christmas lights. It was so pretty.
We were both kind of just waiting a little bit. We kind of knew it was going to happen, but neither of us was really making a move right away.
So then I finally was just like, well, I'm going to see if he takes advantage if I give him an opportunity. So I start like staring off into space, and he's like, wow, you're zoning out. And I was like, yeah, I don't think anything can break my focus.
So I was like, so nothing would break your concentration now, nothing at all, right? And she's like, no, nothing. And so then I just leaned in and I kissed her.
And then he kissed me, and then he asked me if it broke my focus, and I said, yeah. Yeah, so it was pretty smooth. While we were dating, Justin was just so intentional about everything. He would make scavenger hunts and do like special dates to just get to know my heart and get to know me, which was like huge to me. And I never had somebody who wanted to know my heart that way.
The second date was the first time I knew that she was different. Just the fun we had. We'd only known each other for probably 8 hours at that point. We'd only talked for 8 hours. And so just the fact that we could be as stupid as we were and as goofy as we were on that short of a time, that for me, that's huge. Just to know that I can trust someone in that kind of aspect.
So we kept dating and we did fun, stupid things. We raced roller chairs around the science building while we were studying.
At night, we would dance stupid dances together in her dorm. Just stuff like that where you really know that you can trust someone, I guess.
I just kind of realized that I always wanted to spend time with him. And I didn't get sick of him. I always wanted to hang out. If I was studying, I wanted to be studying with him across the table.
And I think I love her more than I even understand.
I get, okay, if it's just like me with not very many people, I'm awkward. I don't handle the like personal situations very well. I have to have a big group of people.
Okay.
Then you're just like a weird awkward.
I'm just weird.
Yeah, you're not like a talking awkward. I'm a talking awkward. You're a walking awkward. That's perfect though, isn't it? Isn't it?
What would I do without you?
First time that I love yous were said, it was not a grand gesture. It was, we had gone to a Ben Rector concert that night.
It was an amazing concert, and we were both just really happy, and we were singing and talking, and then we started to get in a fight in the car.
We started talking about real life stuff, just where we were, what was happening, and we got kind of emotional.
I was definitely in love with him, but I didn't really know what that was, and so I was like, something's weird, I don't feel safe. I just put up kind of this emotional wall, and he felt it, and he just turned to me and was like, Jamie, I love you.
It just felt right, and so I was like, you know, Jamie, I love you, and she kind of admitted that she didn't really know what love was until that moment. She kind of looked at me and said, you know what, I've never felt this, but I love you too.
Our argument just kind of stopped, and we went on to tell each other all the reasons that we loved each other on the car ride back home.
Between what I've said and done, and you're still standing by my side.
Walking.
You are walking awkward. No,
That was
that's
really
true.
good.
Because I am a talking, and you are walking awkward. I'm proud of that.
Good job.
Hey, thanks. For the proposal, I wanted to do kind of a day-long thing, and I decided to kind of take us on a trip through our relationship a little bit.
He comes down my driveway at home. I was like, what are you doing? And he told me we were going on an adventure.
I made all these cards. Some had Bible verses, some just had quotes from our relationships. And then on the bottom of these cards, they all had a memory of something that we did or something that was meaningful to us.
Went to Hastings, to the science building where we first met, then to the coffee shop where our first date was. We went out to his house in Juniata, and then out to his sister's grave, and then we went back to my house in Holdridge.
We ended up back at the cellar, which is where we were on our second date.
And then things got really weird because Justin didn't eat. And for him to not eat is very strange. We both love eating. And so he didn't eat, wasn't really talking, he was quiet, and so I instantly am like, I did something wrong, he hates me, he's mad at me, what if he breaks up with me? That would just be a really weird ending to this day.
She did not know that I was going to propose. She thought I was going to break up with her. So on the way between the cellar and Yanni Park, I apparently got really nervous and I just didn't talk.
And he was still being weird, he wasn't really talking, and so I was talking about Chinese food, was the last thing I remember talking about before all of it happened.
We were back at Yanni Park, which is where our first kiss was, and then we ended up down by the lake.
All of a sudden he started talking and saying like reasons that he loves me and just the way that his life has changed in the last year, and I was like, oh boy, I think he might be proposing to me. I don't think he's breaking up with me. And so I was just shocked.
I gave her the last card, and then before she opened it, that's when I proposed.
And then he got down on his knee and asked me to marry him, and I was so excited, and I said yes, and then I hugged him, and then I had too much adrenaline, so I sprinted away.
Yeah, so after she said yes, she just takes off, she's like, I need to run a lap, and she just sprints away, and I'm like, alright, bye.
I came back, and then we just stayed up there talking for a long time, and then after a while, we went back to Holdridge, and my family was there to celebrate with us. So it was really fun. I am most looking forward to just having time with him every day, to just be able to see him every night and come home and hang out with him, and to have Sundays to watch football instead of thinking about when I have to leave and being sad. I'm really excited for that.
I'm most looking forward to my life with Jamie being dumb. From that first date when she walked into the coffee shop and she had a smile on her face and she broke the ice with me. It's been like that since that moment. We do dumb dances, we go out in public and we do dumb things, just who we are. But she just makes everything better for me, and I never experienced that in my life. And so to have that always and forever, that's an amazing thing to me. And I know I speak for a lot of people when I say that Jamie is a huge, huge light and a huge source of joy for so many people in my life. And I'm very thankful that for the rest of my life I get to have that.
When I'm with you, I can finally breathe. When I'm with you, I swear to God, I'm who I want.
Justin, I love every piece of you, and I'm so excited to be your wife.
Hey Jamie, we're married, finally. It's been a long time coming, probably shorter than a lot of people, but it's been great, and I can't wait for these next 60, 70, 80 years, however long it is, however long we're blessed to be with each other. I'm looking forward to loving you, and I'm looking forward to taking care of you, and I'm looking forward to you doing the same for me. Thank you for a great 2 years, and here's to a whole bunch more. I love you very much.